We're here with, I'm 95% sure we're on the 5th case now? Turnabout Ablaze. Actually, it doesn't even give... No, I can go back and I can... Can't I? Oh, I guess since I'm already on it, I can't... I would have to hit new game if I want to see all of the cases. But this is case 5, right? No, I'm not sure. But I don't want to lose my... Oh, in fact, now that I have uttered those words, I don't want to lose this save. I'm going to actually go and back up this save. Because we did lose a save, don't forget. And that was all my fault. Where are the saves? Is this it? Battery? Yeah, this is it. Just gonna copy that real quick. My own fault for accidentally mixing save states with game saves, which you should never do. Oh, it tells me right there, episode 5. 2 cards. 1 of the Black Raven. And 1 of the White Raven. This is Final Fantasy. A country torn in 2. 1 to the west, and 1 to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. Edgeworth the arsonist. Guilty! Already figured out, it was Edgeworth. No, don't blame it on her, it was you. Right, you're done. On to episode 6. And then we flash back, but that's okay. I've been giving the game a hard time about all the flashing back. Are we back to the present? Well, we're not back to the present. We're back to 8 hours before the present, right? Because we just saw that and then flashed back. So nice, almost dreamlike. To finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the last few days have been. Okay. And now they are recapping the well, no, he's not going to go chronologically, though. Dragged into a case involving Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and murder at Dateland. Later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer the files related to a case from 10 years ago. Okay, so he did go chronologically except for the 10 years ago case. Nobody said you could come in here. Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. It's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Thief managed to escape, and it was someone who stole the files. Now, who was guilty? The laughing girl, right? The girl couldn't stop laughing. I already forgot her name. She turned out to be guilty of murdering the 2, right? Yeah, she was guilty of murdering the 2 guys from case 4. Maybe it was her though. Maybe she broke out of jail, or maybe you only get 10 years for double murder in Japanifornia. Patience, that's her middle name. K. Patience Yatagarasu. Sleep talking. take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. Quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. The date the card mentions is today. Today, huh? We gotta hurry. The embassy awaits. Is quite urgent. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? It's Borgenia. Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not lackadaisical. Don't you ever call me lackadaisical to my face. Might be our chance to catch that woman. Is you? The woman who killed Kay's father, Bern Faraday, 7 years ago. Oh, 7 years ago, not 10. Oh, that's right. She didn't go to jail. She held us up. She was packing heat. And she just left. The target is always totally unaware that Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. Just tightening those gloves. Actually, those are really weird looking gloves. Edgeworth far more cooperative in these games than in the Phoenix Wright games. By the light of this night's glorious moon, we are ready. So that's Pink Princess and Steel Samurai, but who the heck is on the right? Is that another character, or... Who'd have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would be held at... They're filming inside the foreign embassy. Alright, sure. This embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building. Pay attention, that's going to be relevant. Somebody's going to be murdered on the border between the two countries. The theater is a neutral zone. Okay, so you can't die across the border. Alabasta? Steel Samurai is very popular in all countries. The Jammin Ninja. The Republic of Babal? Alabasta and Babal? Okay. The Jammin Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. I've always had this inkling. She really wants to be, is not a thief, but rather a ninja. Oh, it's not Alabaster, it's Alabast. Alabast. And Babal. Goodwill Jubilee. Europe, huh? What does that even mean? A single entity that was abundant with nature. The Principality of Codopia. We've seen that name before. I don't remember where. Moving on. Civil unrest. Country split in two. Signs of their past remain. Their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Codopia, huh? Okay, alright. So the countries have actually split in the past 7 years. Very recently. Objection! Don't you object to me. Or are you objecting to something in the game? The KG-8 incident and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Codopia. In 7 years that passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? I know you're thinking about something. Alabast versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, as you do when you're on opposite sides of a civil war. I'm trying really hard to make up recently? Like, already? It's a bit much. Why the verses? Valid. Both countries claim to own the real Primadux statue, a national treasure to both. I thought they treasured nature, not statues. Publicly evaluated to see which one's the real deal. You there. There's something I can help you with. I was wondering, what is beyond these doors? Alabastian Embassy. These are some business. I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now. This dude knows what time it is. Good day, citizen. What seems to be your boggle? Trying to figure out just the right time to talk to that girl over there. Okay. I've seen a lot of these shows. Alright. Today's show, they went for a complete comedy. Yeah, and that last move, the sushi slice. I couldn't help but laugh. I know, right? And Pink Princess moving pretty stiff. In the middle of the show, I could swear that I heard her hip crack. Oh, I know, I totally wow. Has a bad hip? Seriously, what were they thinking, you know? Graceful way to enter this conversation. That was them auto-advancing on me. And I wonder if they... With the thing about the princess's hip cracking, I wonder if it's going to be old bag again already. Go, my image. Travel across the wave world into every TV set around the globe. Hey, he thinks he's on Hiten's style stream. He wants his image to show up in every single household. Oh, for crying out loud. Lada, what are you doing? I seem to remember this woman from somewhere. Yeah, my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her. Is she not going to appear in this game? Is that just an Easter egg? Or, you know, just a reference, I guess. Not an Easter egg. She's not really hidden. The Babalese. The Babadook is just behind these doors, sir. Such a buzzkill. Edgeworth a buzzkill? No way. I refuse to believe that. What is this? A flat pan. A tape deck. Really now? My god. Was this game? This game was originally on the Atari 2600, I believe. A tape deck. It's like they intended to cut the two countries apart with the samurai sword instead. Alright, can I go in this door? No. I guess I just have to... There's somebody I can talk to that'll advance the plot. I just need to find out who it is. Reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say. Well, okay, that was good. Let's do one more run through. Excuse me, when you were ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? You there, reveal your secrets. Drac, slam, right there. Okay. Who do I need to, I've talked to everyone, right? I didn't talk to the little kid. The child is watching a video from the first season of The Steel Samurai. Go, go, keep on fighting, that's fighting love. That's fighting love. Hey, hey, let's go, Kinkasuru. Taisetsu no mono, protect my eyeballs. Is these flowers? These flowers were sent by Global Studios from case 1-3. Just hit after hit. They keep knocking it out of the park. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift. The monkey? Mrs. Monkey. Yeah. Alright. I have now talked to everybody. The game is over. Did I talk to both of these girls? Pamphlets about the... Oh, I needed pamphlets for the court record, of course. The country split in two a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50, because nations that were at war with each other would totally do that. It's like, yeah, you know, the German embassy that just turned into the west half of the building is the West German embassy, and the east wing is the East German embassy. And those two countries just share the same building. Why now? What's wrong with that? Alright, so we got what we came here for. Progress, plot. His son, the Iron Infant. Do I have to? Okay. Why would Edgeworth need to speak with this person? Why are we here again? Oh, we know that the Yatagarasu is going to show up and steal something. What are you glaring at him for? Excuse me. Written something down for you. I'll add it to the court record. It's going to prove who No, wait. From Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. Weird. Point to my head. Is that going to... is that it? Is that it? At some point, is somebody going to, like, show a picture of his hand and there's going to be no ring on it? And we're going to point out that he's married, so he should be wearing a ring? Have we turned into Sherlock Holmes? In the Sherlock Holmes games, they place a strange emphasis on whether or not somebody... Every single person that you look at, like... There's a part where you have to piece together their character by looking at all... Oh, I'm missing all this because it's auto-advancing. But none of this matters, probably. You, like, zoom around their character model and have to point out things and then make deductions from them. And it almost always goes to their hand and either points out that there is a ring or, like, the indentation where a ring used to be or no ring. We're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babao. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babao at that time. Yes, Kay! Scream into the news camera. Okay. I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you? We just walk right in front of the camera. Go for it. Alright, get killed some... Oh, no, wait. This is an arson case, not a murder, right? You love Jammin' Ninja, don't you, Squidward? Hair sticks. Those are so popular in Japanifornia. She already has a hair stick. You don't need another one. Hold it! What's going on? Thinking of going home, aren't you? Well, it doesn't seem likely the Tagarasu will make an appearance tonight. We've deduced for no reason. Okay. The Tagarasu has been spotted in Alabast. I'm getting right into it. Here we go. I'm gonna shoot him. Where's my gun? Am I out of ammo? Let me search you before you may enter. I'm calling it now. The Iron Infant is actually a bomb. Tell prosecutors straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Someone stop her, anyone. Open air stage. What in the world? Fire! The building's already on fire. Okay. Oh, it's the lady from case 3. Shih-na.
Hold it.
Do I look alright to you? A body has been discovered. He was already dead when I ran in here. A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. I see nothing suspicious about wearing a hood. When I saw the person, I immediately thought they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy. Then into here, then I lost sight of them. And then I murdered somebody. Agent Wang's secretary, Shih-na. Yeah, you can't arrest people and bring them to court unless you have evidence first. That's not actually true. No investigative authority. Oh, we're gonna get into this. Okay. It's technically not Japanifornian soil, right? Embassies are a different matter. Defaults of the control of the Baba Ganoush government under the Babadook law. Exclusive extraterrestrial rights. I read that correct. Oh, oh. I was trying to make a bad joke and then Gumshoe made it. All right. Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. Duh. Did you like? You did like go to detective school or something, right? Right? Maybe. Maybe not. We can do little in here, but we can still tell people to hold it, and we can still object to them, and we can still logic dive. Ing. Is Von Karma and who? That's the guy from the paper, right? Maybe not. No, maybe not. Looks a little bit like him. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat. Oh! Oh, wait. Is he, Is this a red-white reference? Red-white of Blue Corp from 1-2? Or are they just reusing that joke because he's also not good at English? I never imagined I'd meet you here, of all places. This is an embassy, meaning you have no authority to conduct... Hold it! Already! What is it? Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask you if I can please investigate. Oh, as her assistant. It's like, well, I just met you, but this seems reasonable. Bum, 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 bum. Running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face. Franziska. Tanome. I don't know what you're planning quite yet. But at least you know one thing, that you're now my subordinate. Prepare to get whipped. First, the most important thing, is this the real statue? Why is he here? Why are our police guarding an embassy? This is an excellent question. Oh, the card. Okay. Okay, fine. So they sent one person who doesn't know how embassies work. Most important thing. Please no touchy. No touchy to fish. The only ones allowed to touch her are myself and the secretary. The prima ducks. Is it supposed to be like prima deux? Like French? I don't think it is. It's missing an E. It's just like the Steel Samurai. They could be twins. Ah ha ha! Get wrecked. I got to add it anyway, even though you said not to touch it. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remains of them. Wait, what? The blades are all the... Oh, the handles got burnt off by the fire? Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade? Professor Portal and Serpent, what is the tang of a blade? Is that a thing? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. What is this notch here for? Okay, so we're gonna find fingerprints on a knife, and it's gonna be like, no, it's the wrong knife. So we can change how they look to fit you. This is so bizarrely specific. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. By the way, did you want to look at the dead guy? You shelved it all with American souvenirs and memorabilia. Who even likes America? Come on. Why are there so many American souvenirs here, sir? Speaking of trade, I got these from the blonde guy. Trade them in for a few buffets. What? The tang is the metal part of the blade that rests inside the handle. Alright, good to know. I'm gonna need that knowledge someday. She's just sitting here getting choked for the rest of her life. Okay. I can't allow people to question her. Hey, it's a safe. Small personnel safe. Not personal. We won't be able to open it without the key. Even though there's very, very clearly a combination lock on there. Right? That's what that is, the spinny thing. You spinny spin, you spinny spin the other way, and then you pull the handle. My gosh. Come on, art department, get it together. Alright, fine, I'll look at this guy. Manny Coach? Oh, okay. He... Secretary and Secretariat. Apparently was a good man. We know... It's too bad that I took such a break from playing this game. I forget who he is. We've seen his name before, though. The fire burned hot enough to melt the handles off of the knives, and yet he is unharmed. Aside from being dead. Okay, alright. He was... Everybody thought that he killed CCU, but he was in the original not SL, not DL, EL, whatever the letters and numbers are, the first case. The one where the girl died, CCU. Oops. There's a knife. Is this knife the murder weapon? Well, if you say it like that, then it's not. Matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was but was the handle consistent with the wound? It's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh? I'm in a mood to be critical of the game. The handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. What about that tang, woman? It's a knife wound. It's obvious what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound, even though we just established that it was. What have you got in your pocket? This key! It can't be! Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? Ooh! In the case where I was framed? It's a piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was then stolen by Callisto. Isn't she gonna have to be the guilty one in this case, too? Like, unless she, I don't know, ends up getting killed. Like, that's the only way that people get their comeuppance in these games, is to be found guilty of murder. Do we really think she did it? And if so, that's really anticlimactic to have it be the same person 2 cases in a row. Maybe something different happened, who knows. Or maybe she does die. Or maybe there's a case 6. Even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. Oong! I feel like the victim right now. Yeah, huddy. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Ms. Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. In the blade's fuller, so long as we are using the exact terms for steel weaponry parts. It's a vine motif. Looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. What? Okay. Why was the Babalese embassy's secretariat holding this? Stolen by the Itagarasu from the Kadopian embassy. How is it that the country split in half and neither one of them took the name Kodopia, right? Wouldn't most of them be like, hey, we're the real country, you guys split off from us? I don't know anything yet. I wonder if I can use the key on the safe. Maybe, but I don't have any evidence that that's true yet. It's rather heartless. I'm just gonna be yawning nonstop. I'd like you to have these. Ow. Is a secretariat a real thing? Is it? We had one person who was in charge of everything. It was brilliant. Since you are of the legal profession, involved the KG8. That's the numbers and letters I was thinking of. So Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case. Yeah, right? You just right at the embassy. Can't just hire some other company to print your brochures, one that, you know, prints stuff all the time. Recovered person who enthusiastically into this job. Oversee this embassy's renovations. Okay. shaped like a butterfly. Man, don't just tell him everything.
Hold it!
This guy sweats a lot. Only guilty people sweat. It was you. On to case 6. If only there were a way to speak with people who had died in the Phoenix Wright universe. But there isn't. I can only imagine if Marstead was playing this, like the oh no, they're not going to, are they? We've gone so far in this game without relying on ghost bullshit. Are they going to keep it up, or are they going to ruin everything by going, actually I'm a ghost? Oh, I was supposed to show him something. I already showed him the key though, right? People to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy. He really does seem worried. Okay. He seems worried about the tourism impact. What do you got for me, Frenzy? Zomoida! I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess. There was an incident at that embassy as well, but I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babalese embassy. Bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. The suspect in the murder is the little girl. About the case we investigated 7 years ago. That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. Alright, we're getting some logic dive pieces here. Let's stare at the wall. I needed to stare at the wall. Okay, he forgot about this until he saw it on the wall. Becoming increasingly silly that this much of the room is like thoroughly fire damaged, and yet his suit doesn't have so much as a mark on it. Is that supposed to imply that he was killed somewhere else and then brought here, or is it just bad logic? I already checked. Okay. When he says that, there's nothing else to find. The design on the knife's handle. I think it might have been one of the Bobbalese knives. Plus it says that right here. It says it right there. My God. Except we don't actually think that. We know that they swapped the handles. Can you imagine if that was the trick? Like, if they had red herrings in this game, it was like, ha, the handles could have been switched. And it's like, nah, actually they weren't. The secret has to do with the smuggling ring. You're in pursuit of some dirty underhanded dealings, are you not? There's no coincidence. Okay, so now I'm allowed to talk to her. Smuggling. When we last talked, you said you're on the tail of a smuggling ring. Why is it so cold in this room other than the obvious? This accounting document. It's only one page, so we're not sure of the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. The type of paper. Okay. Nobody could have exported that paper from the only source of it on the planet. How did that give us something important to talk about? We can't read it either. Let's give it to this guy. If they gave it to us, it must be because it's needed for progress, right? Do they want me to logic these two together and say maybe the key is the key to the safe? They do. All right. Like maybe the Phoenix Wright universe is just like the Zelda universe, where all keys can be used on all doors, but only once. It appears I was correct. Literally turned out to be the key. Oh ho ho. What do we have here? No, detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. This stain on the wall. It's not the paper that's strange, it's the safe. There's a false wall. How dumb would you have to be to close the secret compartment incorrectly so that a paper was sticking out? Is this? Oh my gosh, come on. I meant to click this. There we go. Eureka! Let's insert the knife.
Hold it!
Went through all this trouble, but couldn't get the papers to not stick out. Do. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe? We're going to drag everything out as long as possible again. And I will prove it to you like this. Game, don't do this to me. Or do they just want me to click on the blade? Let's go over this again. We're not done going over it yet. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to the safe. Let's take a look at the back end of the key. Look at the knife portion. What are you talking about? It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. And the head on the knife is the memory function of the knife. And what it was is preposterous. Alright. This guy is super proud of himself for figuring this out. It's a bunch of funny shaped things. Move it. Papers are what's going to be important. Why don't we take a look? Pages 1 and 3. Take a good look. It says there are 3 pages in total. The apostome, seems you have now found what you were looking for. If this is crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babalese ink? A special product of the Republic of Babal. Due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported. They're repeating the thing from, like, Apollo Justice, the final case, had something to do with, like, cocoons that were only found inside of that country, and it was, like, the death penalty if you smuggle one out. Is that what we're gonna get again? Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident. Of course.